And now we have more Xillia. I'm running around this place.
Oh yeah, you're in the Fortress of Solitude, or whatever,
with the giant exploding walls that mean nothing.
Well, yeah, you don't have the thing that makes you explode.
Yeah, and by the time you do get it, you just leave. It's great.
What? No, Jude's side never has the things put on them that will make them explode if they pass that.
I just figured that I would inevitably get them on my team, and then I would have to deal with it. But no, they just decided no.
No, the only deal with that in Mila's story. In Mila's side, after she gets captured, she, Leia, and Elise.
2 notes. A, I'm having random encounters for the next couple of parts because Scott really wanted to record and I hadn't edited it yet. And 2, the reason I got a back attack on me in that fight is because I stopped to stare at the save point. Not use, just stare at.
Why did you want to just stare at the save point?
It was because I had literally just walked away from a save point.
This game is super generous with save points. I may or may not have mentioned that. Back in Nia Khera, if you actually look at Nia Khera and take into account the save spot inside the inn, there's 4 save points within Nia Khera itself. And at every Nia Khera exit, like after when you go to the next screen from every single exit, is another save point. And pretty sure that's the most save points that's in a town in the game. I think, what's that town you're gonna go to soon? It's in Azul. I forget the town, but it's got the Colosseum in it. It's my favorite town. One of them. Oh, hey, you got the Jude Hart Alvin title.
Yeah, it's because Alvin just linked with me without my consent.
Alvin does a lot of things without your consent. Like that time he sold you out without your consent.
Yeah.
Or that time he did bird messages without your consent.
I won't fault him for that. He's got to keep the resistance in the clue somehow.
Breaker. Breaker is always delicious when it goes off. It just feels good.
In typical Alan fashion, I am just bashing away at these guys with no actual like semblance of caring of being good.
It's okay. You're on normal mode, so you'll get through with that.
Yeah, there's a boss. I kind of already talked to Scott about it, but there's a boss fight that comes up that makes me go, "This is normal mode."
Yeah, because it was a boss that I remember being really annoying. This dungeon is also really fucking annoying because it's like, or it's annoying to me because it's just sprawling and it's covered with enemies.
I was like, the thing is, like, when I got to the point where I felt that I was done with the dungeon was over, and I was really happy about that because I was in here for so long. Just kind of... Yeah, I didn't care.
Fair.
I was in here for so long that I was, like, sitting there thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to do the bit where I get them on my team and I have to deal with the magic circles. And then that didn't happen, and I was super happy, and then the dungeon was over.
Yeah, like I said, you only have to actually deal with the exploding anklets and the barriers and whatever when you're playing as Mila, and it's meh. It's basically the same dungeon. Like it doesn't really affect too hard how you do how you traverse the area. And yeah. So fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but if you do a normal attack and then transition into an art, you only consume half of the tech point value, and then your partner pays for the other half.
That explains why my guys have low tech points.
Yes.
And fucking
Also, they'll only if you only normal attack, then your link partner will also only normal attack. So if you ever find yourself needing to just give someone more tech, just link up with them and then just mash on attack, and then they'll do the flank thing, and then they'll only normal attack. And as you do arts, they too will also do arts.
yeah, because well, they're without knowing that there were instances where I looked at Mila and I'd be like, why is Mila's TP so low? And then there was a moment later in this place where I realized that Rowan has like super low TP, but Alvin has like a lot, and I'm just like, what's going on here?
Well, if you leave them unlinked to do their own devices, then they'll just follow their strategy, which you can edit as you like if you feel like it. Just something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, point conversion.
Oh no, I go for immunity.
Oh yeah, that's a really strong ability, especially considering the whole if you're hit with the status ailment, your partner is also hit with the status ailment. Definitely helpful.
I wanted to make sure that they had immunity because I kept getting hit with stun attacks.
I don't think stun is an ailment in the context of this game. I know there are games where stun is an ailment. In Tales of Berseria, it is very specifically a status ailment that you can inflict, and you can do things to increase the chance and effectiveness of it.
This is the part where I'm really confused on where to go. Because there is there's a part where like I don't go into a specific room on a specific side, so I don't know where I don't know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's also why I hate this dungeon. It's just it's just annoying.
The thing is that they did a good job of locking me out of the place that I... Oh, no. This is... I think I went to interact with the elevator and they said some bit of dialogue and I just assumed it meant that I couldn't use the elevator. So then I walked away from the elevator.
Oh, God.
And the only reason I made that assumption is because everything else I walked up to and they gave me a message was them telling me I couldn't use that thing, so...
That's why you gotta pay attention. I know that's like your deal, not paying attention, but sometimes you need to pay attention. I also like how Alvin's breaker ability changes depending on how far away he is from the enemy. Like if he's up close, he'll do the sword swing for the breaker, and then if he's far away, he'll use his gun.
I'm gonna be honest, I never would have noticed it if I played the entire game.
So that's why I'm here, to point out all these nuances. Nuances.
I want to point out that behind that white chariot is a resource just on the wall.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason I figure out it's there is because of this one magical moment that's going to come up.
Oh boy. I'm excited. This troll ass room.
You're so close. It's right there. Just use the elevator. By the way, there are some great moments where I'm trying to interact with things, and then because of Jude's death, because Jude is deathly allergic to walls, it's and like I go to interact with something, and then Jude just fucking rockets past it because apparently Jude's not allowed to make a collision.
No, if you walk into a wall, the game doesn't want you to stop, especially if you're moving. Obviously.
I mean, I understand the concept. If you're running away from something and you accidentally clip something, it just gives you that leeway. But there's like, I'm trying to interact with something that's like on the other side of the wall, and then say for instance, somebody's at a counter, and I want to interact with them. And then as soon as Jude touches the counter, he rockets 50 feet to the left, and then boom, I lose my ability to interact with that person until I turn back around.
Oh, you know.
It inconveniences me for only like 4 seconds, but it's 4 seconds too long.
Oh, you know. As one does. I wonder, like, whose idea it was to train those boars and then stick giant face shields on them. Like who had that? That's actually a genius idea. Because those boars just tackle things. So they're like, guys, what if we just put a big fucking hunk of metal on its face so it could hit people with its face better? Like, that's a magical genius.
So, I've kind of like every time I fight those things, I kind of look at the shield. I didn't see any eye holes on them, so I'm slightly concerned for the safety of the other soldiers if they just happen to be mistaken for an enemy. The bull's not gonna be like, oh hey, it's that guy in the red, and then not hit them.
No, see, here's what I think. Okay, all the soldiers have taken boar tackle training. So if that ever does happen, they'll be fine.
Maybe Jude should have took that class.
No, he was too busy learning how to doctor. I mean, he's a pretty damn good doctor, too. 15, taking on actual patients for an actual doctor.
There's a scene that happens later that I think would have been more magical had it gone another way, but I completely understand why they did it that way.
I can't wait till we get to that magical scene. Oh, yeah, fuck off, guy. Tried to guard. How dare you?
Yeah!
You found the thing.
I found a room I could go into.
You found a block puzzle.
I got circle and X confused right there. That was great.
It's all that Super Robot Wars you've been playing.
No. I was very hesitant to go up the elevator. I was concerned because I was like, do I go up the elevator or do I leave or do I leave the room?
Don't worry, I've done that at least twice myself. The accidentally climb on the block instead of do the thing. Instead of pushing it onto the elevator.
Oh, now all I gotta do is push this block. Huh? Oh, damn it!
I like just the idea of Jude doing that, and Alvin and Rowan are like, "Jude, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I meant to, my finger slipped." Just Jude, we have to take this block and put it onto the elevator and do the thing. Oh yeah, okay, let me. What are you doing, Jude? Oh, sorry, my finger slipped.
Oh man.
See, this is where you use one block.
This is the moment where I was like, wait a minute, this isn't gonna work.
And that's when you went onto the other elevator, right? That's when you used the other elevator. The one that's right there, right?
I was making sure that there weren't any blocks hiding where my camera couldn't see it.
Yeah, only where you couldn't see it on the next floor.
Oh, they got me there.
Pardon. That was juicy. I love block puzzles. Do you love block puzzles?
Only when they're faster.
No. You either love block puzzles or you hate block puzzles. There is no in between. A binary. It's the only... There is no in between. According to your rules. It's only yes or no.
Then the answer is no.
Alright, there you go. Hey, I was just following your rules.
I got myself a nice pair of fine boots.
Yes. They were definitely made to enhance your agility.
I can't wait till I put them on.
No, don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll forget.
No, I do put them on.
Huh?
Because I normally edit out me going in the menu, it's like it's easier for me to do the edit if I go into the menu. Yeah, there we go. Yeah!
I figured that's what you were talking about.
Oh no, there's another... something else that happens later that makes me think of that where... I'm talking about a specifically different instance that happens later.
Oh, okay.
But because I normally edit out menus, I like to put menus like right after battles. Don't worry, I'm being retarded.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
That's something I just never happened to notice. Like, I just play the game normally, and I just ignore it. But anyway, go on.
What was I saying?
You were talking about how you only go into menus after battles, so it makes it easier to edit.
Yeah, but... so, the reason I don't go into the menu and equip those boots right away is because I was waiting for a fight to happen. But this one, I wouldn't have done it after this battle, because this battle is preceded and proceeded by cutscenes.
Fair. You could equip it in the battle. Haha.
This is a battle I have to show.
Well, yeah, but you oh yeah, I guess whatever.
That soldier had a key on him. I believe it will grant us access to the control room.
All right, we looted those bodies.
Yeah, got that key. Now I can open all the doors.
Only some of the doors, I think. Is it all the doors?
There's like one door that requires like a higher level access, and then like 2 or 3 doors that are blocked off or sealed.
Just goes to show how long it's been since I've unlocked these doors.
I like to imagine that Scott is a little upset that I didn't pick up those life bottles. Only because he knows the reason I don't pick them up is because I have too many. Only because this game is on normal mode and thus too easy.
No, see, the reason I'm disappointed you didn't pick up those life bottles is because every time I only ever rely on the shop for my life bottle supply. I never expect the game to give me life bottles, so I always have too many because I never die because I'm too good at these games.
Yeah.
So I always discard them. If I ever open up a chest and I have life bottles, and it's life bottles and I'm full, I just throw them away. I just discard them, and it feels good. It's liberating. It's me telling the game, I don't need your charity.
But you're taking the life bottles it's giving you. That doesn't work that way.
No, I'm taking them and then I'm throwing them on the ground, thus making them unusable. It's empowering.
Wait, the discard option is you discard the items in the chest?
Yes.
That's weird.
Well, it matters, sorta, kinda. Not to you, but it matters for people who want to get the trophy opening, or the trophy for opening the chests. And if you go to a chest and you open it, and then you put the things back in the chest because you have too many instead of discarding them, then it doesn't count as you opening the chest for that trophy. So it doesn't count. It doesn't matter for you because you're not going for that, but it matters in the context of the trophy.
I want to point out that they programmed it that way for no reason.
You're right. I'll agree with that. Boy, if you don't put that TP combo support on. Boy, if you
I want to point out that this isn't... I didn't... This is great.
No, I'm fully aware. I am fully aware of what I'm saying.
In this post-recording, he's like, put on the TV combo support. And I'm just like, do I want to put it? What are my other choices?
Like, I'm looking at past Alan.
Me and past Alan are on the same page, apparently.
Just, boy, if you don't.
There we go, I'm putting on the boots.
Look at that. Defense. Agility. Stats. More agility means you will run faster in battle. Just saying.
It's okay, I haven't noticed it.
No, it's because you're in the early game. But and it's also, the gradual effect, where as your agility is rising, as you level up and acquire more stats, it's just gradually making you faster. You're getting more and more used to it.
So, what you're saying is I'm intended to never notice it.
Well, eventually you would notice it, because then you'd be like, man, I remember being way slower than this.
I don't know.
But you...
I have a terrible short-term memory if it comes to unless it comes to important plot details.
Oh, absolutely. I've taken notice. Alvin is super cool. I love his fighting style. Just gun, sword, gun, sword. Because I want you to know...
He opted out of the combination gun blade and was like, get that weak shit out of here.
No, actually, his gun and blade can become a gun blade. That's that's what he does for some of his charge attacks. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but he has a charge mechanic. He has a charge mechanic. If you hold the attack button, he'll store up a charge depending on how many levels you have for his abilities unlocked. He naturally holds one, and then you have abilities to give him more charge holds. And if you use an art while you have a charge, then it will spend that charge to change the art into a slightly different move. Either it will be slightly more powerful or have different properties. For example, Demon Fang, instead of becoming a projectile, will become Fierce Demon Fang and become a giant slam onto the ground that knocks enemies down. Sonic Thrust becomes a guard break move that picks up the enemy with his sword and then lets off a shot from the gun that he's combined with the sword to explode them.
I did know that he had a charge mechanic. I just didn't care how it worked because I wasn't going to play as him.
But he's so cool. Alvin is probably one of the only other characters I bought.
I want to say again that I'm not referring to that when I'm talking about Jude's being deathly allergic to
walls.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alvin is one of the only characters I bothered to try and learn how to play, aside from Jude, Mila. Aside from Jude, Mila, and in the sequel, Ludger and Gaius. Because Gaius is super dope.
I just want to point out that was a first person 180 block push.
MLG Pro right here.
Yeah.